Okay, you guys saw me take this engine and fix that J-tube on there and get this exhaust system installed. But how did I get this engine with no accessories on it to turn into this? That's right. Stick around and watch this video. We'll be back in a second. Welcome back to Duckman Cycles and VW Garage. I'm your host, the Duckman. We're back today with my 1956 Beetle, also known as Eleanore, and I've currently got the garage door closed because I noticed the lighting is much better when I use just the artificial lighting to stop that sun from bleeding on in through the front door here. But we're going to start assembling this engine that you see right here. Well, I shouldn't say start assembling. It's actually, we began assembling it quite some time ago. But we kept having problems with those exhaust J-tubes, which you remember we got past that problem by shortening the J-tube that was on the left-hand side by 1 inch back here, which caused the entire tube to move forwards an inch and pushed it into the flanged end over here just fine on the header. Now, I'm still waiting for a header to come in that I ordered. This has the large 3-bolt flanged header, and this is not what I'm going to be using on this engine. I just wanted to get something together so that way things would start to fit properly, and we can, of course, base our best guesses and judgments on there. But that header is actually going to come back off, and it comes off real easily with 4 bolts, so we're going to toss that. But over here, we have all of our tins for the top side of this Volkswagen engine. Yes, I know they're rusty. Yes, I know they're crusty. Before the first person calls me out and says, "Why are you putting together an ugly engine?" Well, the answer is, I want to dry fit this stuff. I don't know how well it's going to fit. And I was looking at some of the tins and some of the components that I have, and they're not all in the best shape. I tried to grab some of the ones that look best to me, but I don't know if they're going to be the best. These cylinder tins, for example, that are on the left side here, they actually have some cracks in them. Something stressed them and caused them to crack. Also, somebody drilled a hole in the left-hand side one about the size of a quarter. That's going to have to be patched and fixed. But these two here, they might look a little more surface rusty. In fact, it looks like it might even just be like some kind of clay on the surface. They might just clean right up. There's no cracks in them, there's no splits. Those actually look more intact. So I'm just going to start slapping some pieces on here and see what fits the best. And if it all goes together well, hopefully by the end of the day today, we'll have a completed, assembled engine. If we don't, at least we'll have something that we'll know what we need to build with, and I'll start digging in my junk tent for more tins and components and switch them out as necessary if need be. But if I do get one assembled, if we get very, very lucky, and I wind up with enough time today and don't get called into a service call, there's a good possibility you might actually see this engine crank over, and you might see a little bit of smoke come out the tailpipe. That's right, you heard it here. Currently, it's not even got a stinger on it. It's going to come straight out of the header. That's going to be loud. I'm going to have to turn the chassis around backwards so that way it blows out into the street instead. All right, I see what we've got going on here, so let me go ahead and start grabbing some parts together. I'm going to try to set up a time-lapse, and if I can do this right, this entire video will actually be nothing but a time-lapse. And from start to finish, we'll just work right on through it. It's pretty easy how this stuff goes together. The only thing that really holds any of it together is this little 6mm cheese head screws. If you have a flathead screwdriver, you can take them out. The only exception would be the strap that holds down the generator. I believe that has a 13mm nut on it. It depends on whatever size somebody switched that out to over the years. But yeah, that requires a wrench. Everything else is just flat cheese-headed screws. And goes together quite easily, I might add. All right, I'm going to try to put those intake manifolds and carburetors that I have on there too. Of course, that's going to be necessary. You don't see that down here. Well, actually, you can see one of the empty carburetors sitting right there. It's attached to the linkage right now. And I've got a set of manifolds around here somewhere. I'll have to dig for them. Hopefully, it won't be another 2 hours like it took to find that frickin' exhaust header. Let's not go down that road again. Well, anyway, I've done enough of this. Let's start doing some more of this. Let's go ahead and hop on here, and thanks for watching, you guys. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, plug the dingle belly. If you want to join me on Duckman Cycles VW Garage, I'm on a Facebook group page. I'd really appreciate it. That's where all of my closest Volkswagen friends have joined. And not necessarily just Volkswagen people. If you're into doodle bastard motorcycles or anything else, you certainly want to join up there. Share your project. I don't care what project you've got. If you got something where you're turning a wrench, you're good with me. Join us up on the group. And if you'd like to email me, duckmancycles@duckshit.net. Always accepting emails. I'm going to check my mailbox tonight. It's actually been a couple days since I've been in that mailbox. I've just been so busy with other things. Anyways, let's see what happens. We're going to jump right on this project. Thanks for watching. We'll be back in just a minute. Boom! I think that turned out pretty damn good. My wires are a bit of a tangly mess yet, but all that's going to be sorted out as I get this thing running and start working with it. Yeah, I don't like the way any of these wires are set up right now, so I'm going to untangle that mess and route them the way they're supposed to be routed. But nonetheless, you guys get to see how it's set up here. I'm pretty confident that if we can get a spark out of this thing, it should fire. Those carburetors are going to need to be properly cleaned out, though, however, because they've been sitting here in this garage for years. And they were outside sitting in that girl's car also for years. Actually, they were originally on that engine. So I don't know if they're jetted properly or whatnot. I couldn't tell you if that's the case. But I'm going to figure out what the approximate jetting size is for sea level, because that's where I live at, and compare it to what that should be. And if it's at that or near that, I think we're going to be good to run this thing and keep it running reliably with the carburetors that are on there. But they do need a proper cleaning. Everything on this engine does need to be broken down. The rust needs to be removed, and it does need to be painted properly and put back together. And that's very near in the future. Probably even this coming week I'll take care of that. It's been a little cold out for painting, though. Usually you want to be, you know, over 70 degrees is preferable, and dry, and it's been rainy, or it's been below 60. And not a good combination for painting. Anyways, I'm pretty confident that this is turning out good, and I think we're going to wrap up this video for the day. Alright, let's go ahead and close this out. Alright, thanks for watching, I really appreciate it. We got an assembled engine for the first time ever in Eleanore, well, on Eleanor's chassis. It'll go in Eleanore hopefully soon, the next time I drop that body back on down. We're going to try to get this thing test run next, and like I said earlier, I'm going to take the engine and clean up all the tins on it, paint them, and put them back together. Carburetors will be cleaned out this week, but things are really turning out good, and I'm very happy with the progress I made today. And I'm glad that I found all the parts, and they all fit the first time. You know, and VW Planet will love this one. Yeah, that's right. All OEM tins. I probably won't be using the doghouse shroud, though, because it does have the heater box outlets on it, and those are just kind of ugly and unnecessary for this particular car and the way things are getting set up. Heater boxes really aren't going to be an option on here unless I modify the heater boxes, and that might happen. That might happen, but it's not top of my list. So we'll see how that turns out. So thank you guys for watching. I really appreciate it. Like, comment, subscribe, pluck that little dingle bell you see down there next to the subscribe button, and we get updates every time I upload a video. And don't forget, check out Duckman Cycles and VW Garage up on the Facebook group page. And if you'd like to email me, duckmancycles@duckshit.net. Once again, duckmancycles@duckshit.net. Thanks a lot for watching, you guys, and we'll be back again tomorrow.